Hey everybody, I hope you're having a good day. I wanted to hop on here really quick to do a live video on funeral appropriate makeup. Sorry, I just cut out because it's I'm not trying to be disrespectful or inappropriate in any way, but it is something that we all have to usually go through and face at some point. So it's something that you want to be tasteful and not run off all over your face. So is the First Base Makeup Primer, and you're going to spray that all over your face. And try not to spray it in your eye. And what that's going to do is it's going to help to create a smooth surface and, you know, try to help minimize the appearance of those pores. And then I'm going to take my Chinto 2 and my blender full, and I'm going to dab it in there with about a quarter turn because I want full coverage today and I am in a hurry. And then I'm just going to put it right on my face, and immediately you can see it start to cover up that redness. I try to get most of my makeup coverage on my cheeks, chin, and forehead, and the reason behind that is you don't want to get a lot around underneath your eyes, because you don't want it to start wrinkling up. So I take the pointy part of the blender full like this, and then I just kind of dab underneath the eyes. Let me get into the mirror. Now with this kind of foundation, it's really highly pigmented and a little bit does go a long way. There's a lot of different makeup applications. I myself have made several videos on how to apply it with a buffer brush or a blender full or your fingers. Then you want to pull it down on your neck. Now a lot of times we're outside in the summer, we're getting a tan, but it's not really hitting our neck as much. We're getting it on our chest and our forehead and everything, and so you start to look a little bit funny, and you can kind of form a line right here when you're putting on your foundation if you're not careful. Okay, so after we've got on a good bit of foundation and you've got your palette ready to go, I generally like to start with my eyeshadow. So I take this spool side here, comb my eyebrows up, take my 10 Years Younger setting spray, spray the wand part, and then I put it in brownie points, which is a nice dark brown. And I like to use that on my eyebrows. Nothing too dramatic, just filling it in a little bit because we don't want overkill at a funeral. We just want a little bit of color in those eyebrows. And it would be nice if we all had really thick, beautiful eyebrows and nobody ever gave us any tweezers in 8th grade, but you know, most of us lived through the 90s and that's exactly what we did. Let's get rid of our eyebrows. Okay, so after that's done, I'm gonna set this down and I'm gonna take a blending brush and I'm gonna dip it into a lighter brown eyeshadow. I'll show you this one. Looks like that. And it's called a Corkable, and it makes a nice little shadow without being as dramatic as brownie points, because we want it to be nice and subtle. I always start on the outside corners because that's where it gets the darkest. When you first apply your makeup brush, it's going to be really a lot darker there. That. Okay. Then I go back in with the pointy side of this brush, dip it in the light, and this makes a softer eyeliner. It's blends a lot better than a pencil eyeliner. So it gives it Then I'm going to use the Perfect Eyeliner pen on the top lids because it's very water resistant, and just in case, you know, I were to cry or you were to cry, you definitely want to get some water resistant eyeliner and mascara. And I'm not going overboard with this. We want it to be very subtle, classy, because again, it is a funeral. Okay, and then I'm gonna take the mascara. This is the Perfect mascara, and it is perfect. It has the perfect wand again, nice and thick, to get more eyelashes. And it has fibers built in, so it's gonna add a little bit of thickness and length without being overly dramatic or making a mess. Okay, so right away you can see like a very big difference in the eyelashes, and it's not so dramatic that it looks like you're going out on a date. Okay, all right, so the eyes are done. The next thing that I want to do is to add a little bit of contour to my face, and I'm not going to be using a bright blush. I'm just going to be using a little bit of our bronzer just to add a little bit of contour. I'm going to pull in my cheek, go right here by the ear, underneath the cheekbone. That's where you want it the darkest, both sides, and then start to blend. And then blend a little bit on top and on both sides of your neck and right there underneath the chin, if you've got two of them like I do at the moment. Hello, Debbie, how are you? Okay, so we've got that done. The last thing that we want is a nice neutral lip look. You don't want to get something too glossy or too pink or too red because you're going to a funeral. So you want something a really neutral look. So this is LimeLife's Not Telling number 100. It is a very lip look. Okay, all right, so once you've got all that done, there's a really good chance that when you go to the funeral, you could be going outside, you could be getting nervous and sweating, maybe you have to talk, and so you don't want all of your makeup to go anywhere, and so that is when I would definitely suggest the 10 Years Younger finishing spray, which LimeLife is now offering in a much smaller travel size bottle, so you can take it with you on an airplane. It's going to hold everything in place, including your eyebrows and eyeshadow. You just spray it on all over, especially the closer into summer that you get, the hotter it's going to get. You're going to start sweating more, and you want to keep all that makeup in place. Okay, there we go. Nice, classy, neutral, funeral appropriate makeup. If you have any questions or you want to know some specific shade color numbers or anything, just comment below or shoot me a message.